Alfred here, back with another video. This is going to be an update of where I am with my projects, what I've got in the pipeline. Literally, there's a few exciting projects I'm trying to get over the line and a few challenges as well, so I want to share all of that with you guys. But before we get straight into it, guys, if it's your first time here, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share my videos with people who feel like might benefit from watching this. Much appreciated. So guys, let's get straight into it. So guys, at the moment, I've just completed another project. I'm excited. Got an exciting video shoot coming for that as well. So the final showcase of that project. I'm hoping to maybe release that in maybe 2-3 weeks time to show you what we've done in this project. We're actually sitting in the project at the moment. So just kind of giving an update on what we've done so far with the project. So with this one in particular, this is a 7-bedroom HMO which we've completed. There's actually 4 rooms that have been already reserved. I think 2 of tenants already moved in and the remaining to kind of follow. So I hope it's going to get it fully rented in the next maybe 1 or 2 weeks, I would say, to kind of get this fully rented. In terms of the numbers on this project, so we bought the property for 270. We spent about 125 on this one in the refurb, and again the revaluation came back at 500. Again, this is a commercial reval, so it's based on the rental income that the property produces, hence the higher valuation you'd get compared to a normal bricks and mortar valuation. So that's this project done. Kind of hands off, just move away from that now onto the other projects. So currently I've got 3 projects going through planning. Well, I've got one 8-bedroom studio, 8-bed studio going through. At the moment, we're finding a lot of challenge with the council and them. I guess they're not too keen on these studios. I don't know why. There's currently a few studios in the market. They're not like fully accepting of a property with just self-contained units. They're saying basically if you want to have self-contained units within the property, then the minimum requirement is basically looked upon as having a normal flat, which is 37 meters squared. Which in these properties is kind of impossible. Like for the deal to stack, and the property price you're buying it at is never going to stack. So you're kind of forced to either consider doing a HMO, and even HMOs are not really, again, I don't know if the views have changed, but they're not really keen on larger HMOs anymore. So with the 8 studios, I'm a bit stuck with it in terms of what do I do next? Do I make it a lesser, it's like a 7-bedroom HMO, which to be fair, numbers wise, not worth the time. It's just numbers don't stack basically. So potentially that deal might be a lost deal. Still kind of working through it, just seeing what we can do to kind of save it. If we can't, it is what it is. Go and move on. It's hard not to swallow, but it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. And then on the 7 studio scheme as well, that one's a bit of a potentially one I can save because it's currently a 6-bedroom HMO. I could convert to 7-bedroom HMO on that one. Costs wise, it shouldn't be too bad. So I can kind of make that deal stack because again they're not really keen on me converting that one as well into a fully self-contained unit for each room. So with that one, that will potentially turn into a 7-bedroom HMO, assuming I can get the owner on board as well, because we have to go back into planning to kind of repropose what we want to do to that property. So a bit annoying again with that one, but like I said, it is what it is. Just gotta work with these things and negotiate and try and make things happen basically. But I think I could get the planners to kind of agree to converting that one to a 7-bedroom HMO and still manage to save that one. There's actually another one on the same street I'm looking at buying, which I've actually withdrawn the application on that property because I'd be losing another 2.7k on that one if I'd kind of just left it and then validated it. So we've asked to withdraw that before they validate it and therefore just get reimbursed for the fee that I paid for planning. And then potentially again with that one, it's whether I go back to the owners and say, look, I have some feedback, need to change the plans, which then means kind of back to square one, starting all over again, which for them obviously means more time to get the planning gain. So it's kind of a viewpoint that they're happy to wait an extra, potentially an extra 4 or 5 weeks to get me to kind of resubmit the application and get it moving forward again. But again, it's a tough one at the moment. Just because at the end of the day, these were projects that I kind of wanted to see out to the end of the year, and kind of just look at these three and just kind of probably just stick to these three projects till the end of the year, and maybe look at the future ones for 2022. So it's like, what do I do? Do I try and make these deals work? The 8-bed one, potentially a lost deal. The 2 7s, I could make those work, but again, it's not really. I kind of wanted to move away from creating these HMOs that I've done previously, and kind of provide these all studio properties, but the council are kind of wanting some sort of communal space, and if not, there's no communal space, I need to provide 37 meters squared, which in those properties I can probably squeeze maybe 4 apartments max, and it's not worth, numbers wise, the cost to convert these properties to individual apartments is not worth it. In other areas of the country, it would have made a lot of sense. In Coventry, it just doesn't, the value of the property, if you were to look at individual units, if you were to add it up, it wouldn't be worth the money you spent to acquire it, the money you spent to refurb it. So that's where I am with those projects. In terms of the land deals I talked about in the previous videos, so those ones, again, struggling with with these deals. I feel like, so there's a scheme whereby it's a great site. It's, again, city centre location. We've got the opportunity to put apartments on that piece of land, and at the moment the proposal is to kind of dig down into the basement to kind of create an underground parking. With it not being within the ring of Coventry, so just outside of the ring, we're having to kind of fulfill the parking requirements, which on that site is quite a lot. And the fact that we have to dig down, we don't know what's underground as well. So the cost to kind of do the build is kind of up in the air. And GDV wise, it's not looking the best in terms of the cost we have to spend to develop the site. We're probably left with about 15% margin before you kind of even look at any financing costs, which at the moment kind of makes it a no deal. So it's now, how do we cleverly structure it? Could we maybe get the contractors on board, reduce the cost in a certain way? So it's just how clever can we piece the deal together. So I'm still working through it. The drawings are there. We could submit it and get it moving and progress that, but it's just at the moment numbers aren't where they need to be. So it's a bit of a tough one with that deal as well. So yeah, currently struggling through a lot of planning stuff. And then the other side, I keep getting back with the owner. So again, that one was more of a potential opportunity. He's currently got someone looking at buying it. They aren't really progressing the deal. They know what they're doing with it. So he's catching up with them to kind of see where they are with it. But that could potentially fall on my lap and it becomes something I can move forward with. But at the moment, it's currently with someone who's trying to actually acquire it. And if they don't, then that becomes an opportunity for me to try and move that forward as well. Again, another great location. So I'm just keeping tabs with the owner. I'm just seeing how things are progressing, and I'm just keeping fingers crossed that it does fall on my lap and the other guy who's currently looking at it falls through with it and then it becomes mine. So at the moment, to kind of summarize, a lot of challenges around planning to try and get my next 3 projects moving forward. I'm still potentially looking at other projects as well. So there's another opportunity. Again, the idea of that opportunity would have been studios, like all studios, but it looks like the council are more inclined to kind of approving a flat scheme, full on 37 meters squared flat scheme. So again, I have to go back and kind of look at it. Is it worth me paying the purchase price and the cost of conversion? Is it worth it? Does the deal still stack if I was to value them as individual units of apartments? So there's that to consider as well. So it's a bit tough at the moment, I can't lie. Trying to obviously keep the projects going, keep my team busy as well. But after this project that's currently finished, we haven't got anything lined up just yet. Potentially we could start the 7-bedroom HMO at risk, assuming that we get the planning gain. Again, tough decision to make. So I haven't ever done a project where I've started it without the planning gain. But to kind of keep things moving, it might be a risk I might consider doing if I can get enough confidence from the planners that, look, once we submit the planning for the new scheme, they will approve it. Then I'll proceed with that at risk and then just see how things go basically. So yeah guys, kind of hard times at the moment, not the best of news, but I'm working through it. Like I said, property is not always easy. You have these hurdles, you have to work through it. But that's where I am with my projects at the moment. So I think upcoming stuff, I'm going to try and do some tours with our people I know as well. So kind of in terms of the content I'm going to be releasing on the YouTube channel, there's going to be a lot of stuff I'll be doing with other investors that I know who are doing really well as well, to kind of get them a bit of exposure as well across the country. So I'll share a bit of that as well on my channel, like I do anyways. But yeah guys, that's it for now. If you like the video, obviously give it a like. Also share my video out for me please if you can, just get the reach out there. And then guys, yeah, we'll see you on the next video. Take care.